Hello, my lovelies. We're going to do some shadow work. So if you're not ready to do your shadow work, please scroll. All right, let's see. What do we have going on from the side of ourselves that we keep hidden, our shadow side? What do we need to know? Interesting. All right, 8 of Cups and 5 of Wands. We're dealing with a lot of internal struggles that we're trying to face our fears, and we're learning to walk away from the things that cause us grief, that cause us conflict, that cause us chaos. So that's excellent news that we are trying to finally start making some changes. What else do we need to know? There could be a lot of fierce competition, or that you fear that there's competition in love. What else do we need to know? Let's see, 6 of Cups. Are you finally making changes? Are you finally starting to let go of the past, the things that have held you back? Maybe the people that have held you back, situations that have held you back, fears that have held you back. You're finally starting to embrace some change. That's awesome news. All right, you're learning to let go. You're learning to move on from conflict and chaos. You're learning to finally transition into something that's more calm, more peaceful for you, and that you've had to wait a very long time. There's been a lot of delays around this waiting game. I feel like there's really been, for some of you, even years that things have just been like stuck, that nothing's gone forward, nothing has really transitioned out of what you are dealing with, the conflict, the overthinking of things, just a lot of turmoil that you've dealt with. And so you are facing your fears. You are doing some shadow work. You are trying to actually change what doesn't work. And you're realizing what you need to walk away from. And if you don't, I feel like the clarity will be coming. All right, so we're trying to get away from somebody who's maybe smothering us, somebody who is not very nurturing, not very empathetic, not compassionate, and that we don't want to wish to deal with those anymore. So I feel like you could also be dealing with maybe things like infertility, a lot of like maybe narcissistic people in your life, could even be like a parent that was that way towards you, and it's taken a lot of courage and strength in order to overcome these things, but you might feel a little bit weak or defeated. So I feel like you're gathering your courage in order to be strong enough to actually leave. It could be your parents as well. We have the King and the Queen of Cups in the shadow. In the shadow, it's like a lot of negative energy, or fear of disappointment is also what they're giving me right now. And I feel like you're trying to really just do your own thing, that you don't want to be stuck in this repetitive cycle, and that you're trying to make changes in your life that work for you. All right, so it looks like you feel like you missed out on an opportunity, maybe to travel. This could also be that you're trying to overcome something and that you're not quite there yet. So let's see what else we have going on. I do feel like there's a lot of opportunities that will be coming to you, if I could get these out, but it's like the fear is almost what's keeping you stuck right now. You do have a lot of choices. So whether this is in love or someplace else, that you need to choose wisely, that you don't want to be swindled by anybody. You don't want to be scammed by anybody. I feel like that could also be something that you've dealt with, is that people used you or manipulated you, and that you don't want to deal with that in your future going forward. So choose carefully. Really listen to your intuition. Don't take things so lightly that are really important. Spirit's giving me that you need to really make some wise choices so that you don't keep repeating the same mistakes you're trying to heal from, and that you also need to make sure that whoever it is you get involved with, that you take your time and you get to know them. Don't jump in head first. Don't rush things. Take your time and take things slow. I do feel like whoever it is that you're going to encounter in your future, if they're not currently in your life, is somebody who is the opposite of everything you've dealt with. They are very gentle. They are very sweet. They're very nurturing. They're genuine. They're kind. And they're somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve. So they will be able to pour into your cup and give you exactly what it is you're looking for. This could be your divine counterpart if you're a twin flame on the journey. Even if you're not, this is the divine feminine. She symbolizes creation. She symbolizes things like pregnancy, fertility, motherhood, and she is the gentler side of the tarot. So both of these, the Queen of Cups and the Empress, are both very gentle, very nurturing, very empathetic energy. All right, and the Queen of Wands, she might also have a little bit of fire in her. She might be very passionate, very driven, very outspoken, courageous, and that might be something that you're really looking for as well. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on for our shadow work this week? The Page of Cups. So I almost feel like there's a little bit of either immature love coming through, a crush coming through. You could potentially have 1, 2, 3, 4 different potential women to choose from. Doesn't have to be women, take it however it resonates, but 4 potential choices, or this is one person that is evolving. So ultimately the Empress would be like top tier. She's like the end all be all for your choices. The Page is kind of like crush energy, so it might be brand new. This person could be younger than you. They could also be a little bit nervous. Maybe they've also been through some things. So take things as they resonate, but you do have a lot of choices, it looks like, so choose wisely. All right, there might be a lot of competition, and that really speaks volumes with all of the different choices that it looks like you could have. So I do think that you need to kind of weed through the competition, see what's better suited for you, see what will work better for your current situation or what you're looking for, but don't let your ego get in the way. I feel like there could definitely be some battles of the will or some clashing egos, some rivalry and competition. All right, Pisces energy with the Hangman. Last night's full moon was in Pisces, so that might have been affecting you as well. This is an indication that we need to start thinking outside the box, that we can't stay stuck and stagnant. We're going to have to start to change some things if we actually expect change to happen. What's the definition of insanity? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It won't work, right? You've got to make some changes. So see things in a different way, that you're able to set yourself free if you really choose to. You will come up with some sort of solution, and you will be able to find a way out of this confusion. And it does look like forward progress is possible. So while things have been very stuck and stagnant for a long time, it looks like things are starting to change for the better. And it might come quickly. It might shock you a little bit, but there's also travel indicated with this card. So a lot of forward progress to be had if you want it. All right, you could also be dealing with a Cancer. Did we have a flipper? I thought we did. Nope. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to know for our light side from the shadow work this week? The 5 of Coins. So you might be blocking some people, leaving someone out in the cold, cutting somebody off because this isn't what you're choosing to deal with anymore. Could also be struggling financially, and that will change. You're in recovery mode, and that you might be recovering from injury, illness, or surgery, and these are some things that need to be addressed. Some big changes are underway, so expect those. I feel like the best scenario is always to go with the flow when the tower comes up. That this is something that's unavoidable. It has to happen in order to shake things up and to change the status quo, to change what isn't working, and to get us back into a flow state. So if we don't embrace the changes, they can be painful. If we do embrace the changes, things start to transition for the better quite rapidly. All right, 8 of Coins. You're focused on work or practical matters right now, and that might be out of necessity, especially if you've been struggling financially, and honestly, who hasn't? But this is really an indication that we have to keep doing these practical things, even if they're mundane, even if they're boring, even if we're tired, that we have to keep focused on our goals in order to be successful. You have been juggling things for quite some time, whether this is a lot of different love options, or whether this is decisions, or whether it's juggling finances. You have to let something go in order to create the balance that you're looking for. So decide what's important. We do have the opportunity for either a passion project, a passionate new encounter, or a fresh start and a new beginning to create something. So I feel like if you're really looking to start something fresh, start something new, that is definitely literally in the cards. You are trying to transition out of the conflict and chaos into calmer waters. That's what you're looking for, is peace, happiness, contentment, and feeling like you have your person and a place where you belong, the ultimate fulfillment card. All right, so your person could be a little bit cold. They could also have some very strong walls out of the pain that they've also been through. I almost get the sense that they're a wounded warrior, so they might have some serious stuff that they've battled, that they've overcome. They might also be willing to help you overcome what it is that you're currently dealing with, so take that however it resonates. You're burnout and exhausted, so you definitely want to make rest a priority. Take the time that you need. You need some strong boundaries in order to keep plugging away and going forward. And then you do have a decision to make about the future. Start envisioning what you want it to look like. Create a vision board. Start, taking screenshots of stuff and put it on your phone as your wallpaper so you see it all the time. Manifest the life that you want. Create the vision that you want for your life. And then start taking some action in the direction needed in order to get there. Your final card, the Magician, Aries energy. So this is telling us you have all the tools at your disposal to create the life that you want. You're the alchemist. Turn the heavy and leaden things in your life into light and gold and really transform transform the energy. Remember, if you can think it, you can create it. Abracadabra. As I speak, I create. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you soon.